Do you have an agenda for me?
Yes, I'll get it right now.
Okay. That's all right. That's helpful. How are you? Oh, they're all.
We do, yeah, we do have a quorum, so.
Perfect. Call this meeting to order. Will you please rise and join me with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we please start with a roll call?
Council President Prince.
Here.
Councilmember McIrvin.
Here.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Here.
Councilmember Rivera.
Here.
Councilmember Alverson.
Here.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Here.
And Councilmember Perez. Okay, roll call. Mr. Mayor, one absent.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President.
I move we excuse the absent council member.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Prince, second by Councilmember Albertson, that the excused count or the absent council member be excused. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. Next up is the administrative report.
All right, good evening, everyone. The mayor's 2024 State of the City address will be held Thursday, March 21st at 6 p.m. at the Renton IKEA Performing Arts Center located at 400 South 2nd Street. Come hear firsthand about the progress made in Renton and receive a glimpse of the exciting initiatives and plans for 2024. Doors will open at 5:15 p.m. and light refreshments will be served. Get your tickets at rentonwa.gov/SOTC. Information about preventative street maintenance, traffic impact projects, and road closures happening this week can be found at rentonwa.gov/traffic. All projects are weather permitting, and unless otherwise noted, streets will always remain open.
Right, thank you. Next up is audience comment. We do have some people signed up. When I call your name, please step up to the podium. You will have 3 minutes to address the council. Please state your name and city of residence. First up will be Paul Quinn.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Paul Quinn and I live in Sammamish, speaking to you as an individual that cares about recycling and composting and reducing what we send to the landfill. Let's start with a reminder from the King County survey of trash sent to the landfill, which showed that 2/3 of what is sent to the landfill can be either recycled or composted. So 2/3 of our trash is actually not trash. In the first handout that you've got, that I provided in table 3, you can see that Renton's diversion rate got worse in 2023 versus 2022. The city of Renton had a climate action plan actually years before most cities and did a full update just last year. This plan shows the city cares about recycling and composting and yet did not make progress in the diversion rate in 2023 versus 2022. We have good plans to do better and yet we've done worse. Why? One reason is we need actions that are citywide. We need actions that cover all single-family residents, all businesses, all multifamily locations. Actually, you intend to operate this way. Renton's current clean economy document, page 36, says you've stated you'll mandate residential recycling and organics collection. Further, you indicate you'll ban food waste from the garbage waste stream. These plans are excellent. Please put them into action. Next, I'm going to walk through some of the recommendations noted in the second of your 3 handouts. The city should initiate a program to provide a kit to each household and business, which would contain a free indoor recycling container and a free countertop kitchen scraps container. The kit sends a strong message. This city council feels so strongly about recycling and composting, it's providing a free kit to all residents. This is a citywide effort with impact. The city has made efforts to educate folks to do more recycling and composting. As our declining rates of diversion clearly show, education alone has been insufficient to drive change. Therefore, I suggest the city provide the following ordinances. All businesses serving the public should make available a recycle container. All businesses serving food should make available a food scraps container. Pass a city ordinance to require all 377 remaining multifamily locations make available a food scrap compost container. Let's make recycling and composting simpler. When a resident is working with a Renton business by requiring each business to work with a disposal company to assure all public-facing disposal containers match the colors used by residents. These matters have urgency as each month Renton sends to the landfill another 2,500 tons. The people and city of Renton want to live sustainably. They need your leadership and tools to help them do it. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Next up is Thomas Edward LeGranger.
Good evening. My name is Thomas Edward LeGrander, and I'm here on behalf of the Landing Gear Works. I'd like to note that the city of Renton chose to terminate the lease that the Landing Gear Works has at the municipally owned airport in the letter dated February 23rd, 2024. I note that this was received on letterhead with the mayor's name on it, but this was sent by Manny Cruz, the airport director. Ironically, the lease signed by the Landing Gear Works and the addendums thereof required signature by the mayor. So apparently it's sufficient for the mayor, required by the mayor to sign a lease, but not an eviction notice. Also note that as of March 8th, I received a letter from Alex Tuttle, city attorney, stating that the Landing Gear Works or its employees may address the city council through public comment, but due to the fact that the Landing Gear Works has threatened to take additional action against the city, the Renton election officials are instructed not to respond directly and to forward any written communications to the city attorney's office. I'd like to first of all point out that the Landing Gear Works has not taken any action against the city of Renton at this point, and so the attorney was clearly erroneous in stating to take additional action. Also, the city attorney has no authority to somehow block a constitutionally protected right of city members and employees of organizations therein to contact elected officials. Also, I'd like to point out that the lease signed by the Landing Gear Works stated that the Landing Gear Works, as the tenant, was to maintain in good condition, repair the premises, including roof and ceilings and any structural portions of the premises, and that the tenant will make all repairs and replacements, whether ordinary or extraordinary, anticipated or unforeseen, that are necessary to maintain the premises. Yet that lease agreement is in violation of Washington state law, RCW 59.18.060, landlord duties, specifically states that the landlords will at all times during the tenancy keep the premises fit for human habitation and shall in particular maintain the structural components, including but not limited to the roofs, walls, floors, ceilings in reasonably good repair so as to be usable. And it's clear by Washington state precedent that a lease agreement cannot override state and local law. So I'd just like to update the city council on where we stand at this point. The Landing Gear Works has made several attempts to negotiate the dispute in good faith and has been rebuffed by the city and its attorney at all points. Thank you. And by the way, I'm available afterwards for any questions. Thank you.
Right, thank you. All right, next up is Sami Saad. Sami Saad.
I say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. That's in Arabic, by the name of God. And I just want to send a clear message. My name is Sami Saad, and I represent the East African community. We're a large community. They have me in King 5 News as community feedback when the cannabis people being forced out. It's a big documentary in King 5. I have it here. You guys can listen to it if they give me a time, but after I speak, I can show it to you guys. Second thing is Justice for African American Forced Out of Washington Cannabis is a big petition. It's online. Everybody can see it. Mr. Mayor, I came to him. Two cannabis shop in Renton, two owners of cannabis shop in Renton. To give you background about me, my name is Sami. I am African. I'm black. I'm mixed with Israelites. I'm mixed with Arab. It don't make me better. I'm Muslim. But unfortunately, my brother, Mr. Eddie, he did not respond to me. I called him. The Asian, I'm not sure, the city councilor, he was trying to listen to our story. Mr. Mayor, he disrespect me in an elevator and he told me, you can leave at the time when we was going. I can go with him to downstairs to say, he said, when I said, it's not fair, all cannabis shops owned by white Israelites, and it's not fair for us as black people to be forced out. I live right behind Evergreen Market, and that's not fair. And I own the first cannabis shop since 2009, 2010. I didn't make it to make money, I made it to help, and for CDB oil at the time. And I was very wealthy, I was a millionaire. I used to own, at that time, what they call it, distributors. I distribute gold equipment for white metal detector and Bonnie Hunter. But unfortunately, I lost that for a car accident. And I never feed my family from cannabis. Unfortunately, when all those white people came and took and they closed us down, they said, we're going to close it and open up recreational. We give you guys the first opportunity. They call me my middle name, Mr. Abdullah. You're not going to get no license. You know, you need to withdraw your application. Now, I'm a winner of the social equity winner, number 9 in Seattle. I'm number 4 in the whole state on the highest point. I fit every criteria. Mr. Mayor, he said, is left and right cannabis here. It's all owned by Emil Hayes, not Emil Hayes, Evergreen Market, Mr. Mayor. You own a restaurant. I mean, you don't like somebody take your restaurant. If I came earlier and I sit in your seat, you're not going to accept it. They have me in King 5 News, more than 65,000 Washingtonians. They say community feedback. They have Sami Saad. They don't have African American. Not because I'm not better than, no, I'm just like them. I'm mixed with them. Second thing is Sudan is the father of all African American. He's a son of one of the son of Cush, and he's a brother of Habash and Nasreen. Nasreen brought the Egyptian. Sudan, he brought all African American and Nubian and the Sudanese and all rest of African. Habash, he brought the Ethiopian and the Eritrean. I'm not better than anyone. And I'm an American. I'm asking for ceasefire. I'm asking to remove the cap, to have a license here in King County, because I already have a license. I want to open in King County. I want to open by my house. Second thing is very important. The police officer, they open up the space between the street. You guys talking about parking. I have a car, is total loss. Renton police, the mayor, Mr. Mayor, he should pay me for my car, it's a total loss. It's being hit for a police chase by Renton Avenue, by what they call it, the U-Haul and what they call it, Taylor Avenue. That it should be closed. They open it. My car is being parked there on the street close to my house. Is being hit by the police chase. And that street, we find out, it should not be open from the city. The police lie to us. Mr. Mayor, you don't respect us. You do not respect the ceasefire. People dying in Palestine. Second thing is, I'm from Sudan. In Sudan, we do not have a fight between two generals. We all behind Sudan army. We are more than 20 million people, popular arm of defense, fighting for one Sudan. We do not need no United States to tell us to be the guardian of Sudan. This is one thing to send it to Democrat and Republican. They have to be careful. I lost my son. You guys are responsible. The reason why I don't want to bring my son here, because I don't want my son to listen to those media about second agenda, third agenda, and all this kind of stuff. My son is being killed now. This is my right. I follow God. I follow Prophet Luke. He's against gayness. I'm not discriminating against gayness, but I don't want my kids to be gay. That's why I don't want my kids to grow up here. And he died now in Sudan, being killed.
Sammy.
That's sad for us.
Sammy.
Second, respect us. I don't need the police to come here. This is respect for me.
All right, next up is Gabe
I'm telling
Jones.
you, this is the very disrespect. Mr. Mayor, you need to respect people. A bad material is being buried in Sudan by Italian mafia. You have Italian in you. Did I say you racist? No.
Sir, you're not respecting this body.
You need to respect Sudanese people. We being exist here in this town. We respect everybody. We need you to remove the car. I came by myself. Next time we come.
Gabe, you're up. Go ahead and come on up, Gabe.
How are you telling me left and right is cannabis? If somebody close your.
Mr. Sod, you need to stop.
Don't have a fucking police behind me next
All
time.
right.
No, hey,
I say that
Enough.
because you have the police by me. This is ridiculous.
enough. Thank you, Gabe.
Mr. Mayor, esteemed city council members, my name is Gabriel Jones. I'm a member of the community here, and I came here to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart, the importance of ball fields. The importance of ball fields. So growing up, my fondest memories in life were going to a ball field by my house and playing with my dad. We played catch, football, basketball, anything we could. Also growing up, it would be the best thing we could do was to go find places with my friends to go play football or play baseball or throw a ball around. It was something that was really important to us. And that is something I would love to see more of in Renton. I think that kids need a place to hang out, and I've noticed that when teens don't have a place to hang out, when teens don't have places to be themselves and to meet with other teens, they can get into places that aren't for them and meant for them and get in trouble. Whereas if they have spaces to be active, they have spaces to be themselves, to do things they're passionate about, to learn and grow and be fit. Because that's another issue is we need people to be fit, but if they don't have a place to be fit, then they don't have the opportunity. So I really want to speak about how important it is to have ball fields. I'd love to see more. There have been times when I've wanted to bring my friends to fields, and we spent a while searching for places to go play catch or a place to go play soccer, and we just haven't had enough active fields to be able to play where every field's crowded. So I think it's super important, and it's something I really want to speak about as a community member, as someone who loves sports, and I think it could be great. We have so many amazing parks, and I'd love to see more fields. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Sorry for the language, but I have a police.
Oh.
Not respectful.
All right, we're on to the consent agenda. There are 4 items for council consideration. Are there any you'd like pulled?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Prince.
seeing none, I move we approve the consent agenda as published.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Prince, second by Councilmember Alverson, that the consent agenda be approved as published. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. And we're on to unfinished business. We have 1 resolution and 1 ordinance for second and final reading.
That's legislation.
Oh, no, we're on to unfinished business. Sorry. Yeah. I jumped over one here. All right, we're on to unfinished business, Council President Prince.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember McGurven.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Finance Committee has 2 committee reports.
All right, Finance Committee report. The first is approval of claims and payroll vouchers. The Finance Committee approves the following payments. Accounts payable, total payment, $4,161,429.63 for a number of vouchers and 1 wire transfer. Payroll, total payment of $1,948,791.09 for payroll vouchers, including 664 direct deposits and 10 checks. This is the February 1st through 15th pay period. And then finally, Kidder Matthews vouchers totaling $33,896.45. This is signed by the committee chair and a member.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries.
All right, the next report for the Finance Committee is regarding automated external defibrillator lease agreement. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize a 5-year lease agreement with Avive Solutions Incorporated to lease automated external defibrillator AED equipment for both the police and facilities departments for a maximum contract of $272,015.15 plus any applicable state and local sales tax, which is $54,403.03 per year. As there is no current budget for this item, the committee further recommends approval of an additional budget needed to facilitate this agreement to be included in the 2024 carry forward budget adjustment. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. Councilmember Rivera.
No unfinished business.
Councilmember Albertson.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Planning and Development Committee has two reports.
Okay, Planning and Development Committee report. The first is regarding the Rainier Grady Junction TOD Sub-Area Planned Action EIS Preferred Alternative. The Planning and Development Committee recommends concurrence in the Staff Planning Commission recommendation to identify Alternative 2, Incentive-Based Growth, as the preferred alternative for the Rainier Grady Junction TOD Sub-Area Planned Action EIS. This preferred alternative sets minimum standards and incentives to achieve the vision of the sub-area plan, including public benefits, e.g. affordable housing, open space, etc., resulting in a predominantly mid-rise development pattern with high-rise development possible through incentivized standards. The Planning and Development Committee further recommends that a final EIS and a planned action ordinance be prepared and presented for consideration to adopt. This is signed by the committee member and virtually approved by the vice chair.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Albertson.
moving on to the Planning and Development Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, or by Councilmember Albertson, second by Councilmember O'Halloran, that the council concur with the Planning and Development Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Okay, the final Planning and Development Committee report is regarding the South King Housing and Homeless Partners, which we abbreviate as SKIP Capital Fund Allocation. The Planning and Development Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to adopt a resolution authorizing the allocation of $217,088 from the City of Renton's contribution to the SKIP Housing Capital Fund to finance affordable housing in South King County communities in concurrence with the SKIP Executive Board's recommendation. This too is signed by a committee member and virtually approved by the vice chair.
Yes, Councilmember Albertson.
Committee.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Albertson, second by Councilmember O'Halloran, that the council concur with the Planning and Development Committee report. And discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. And we're on to Councilmember Van.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
All right, now we're on to legislation where we have one resolution and one ordinance for second and final reading.
All right, the resolution is regarding the SKIP agreement. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the duly appointed administering agency for the South King Housing and Homeless Partners to execute all documents necessary to enter into agreements for the funding of affordable housing projects as recommended by the SKIP Executive Board, utilizing funds contributed by the city to the SKIP Housing Capital Fund. That's it.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Albertson.
will the council approve the resolution as read?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Albertson, second by Councilmember O'Halloran, that the council approve the resolution as read. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries.
Okay, and the final item for tonight is an ordinance for second and final reading for the Peterson Street vacation. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, vacating a portion of the east-west right-of-way through Block 15, C.D. Hillman's Lake Washington Garden of Eden addition to Seattle number 1, which is our file number VAC 23001.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember McGurven.
I move the ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember McGurven, second by Councilmember Prince, that the ordinance be adopted as read. If there's no discussion, this requires a roll call.
Council President Prince,
Aye.
Councilmember McGurven,
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran,
Aye.
Councilmember Rivera, Councilmember Albertson, Councilmember Vaughn. Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all ayes.
All right, motion carries. We're on to new business. Council President Prince.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. On Monday, March 18th, 2024, at 5:45 p.m., the Committee of the Whole will be meeting in the council chambers and by video conference. We have one item on the agenda, Parks Bond Projects and Deferred Maintenance. Then at 7 p.m., we will have our council meeting here in chambers and by video conference. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember McGurven.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to announce the Transportation Committee will be meeting on Monday, March 18th at 5 p.m. in the council conference room and via video conference. Just one item on the agenda, and that's emerging issues in transportation. And that's all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Albertson. Councilmember Van. Oh, wait, I missed somebody. Jeez Louise, I'll come back to you.
You threw me off, Mayor.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's one of those nights. Councilmember Van, I'll come back to Councilmember O'Halloran.
Did you say Councilmember Van?
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Utilities Committee has a meeting on March 18th, 2024, Monday at 3:15. We will be meeting in council conference room via video conference. We have 2 items on the agenda. The first is agreement with KLJ Financial Consulting for 2024 comprehensive rate study and recommendation for system development charges for water, wastewater, and surface water utilities. And 2 is emerging issues in utilities.
all right, thank you. Now we're going to go back into order. Councilmember O'Halloran,
No new business, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Councilmember Rivera,
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Public Safety Committee will be meeting on Monday, March 18th at 4 p.m. We will have 4 items on the agenda. The first will be the Animal Control Program update, the Electronic Home Monitoring Electric Home Detention and Monitoring update, excuse me, and the RRFA briefing, as well as emerging issues in public safety. That is all, Mr. Mayor.
all right, thank you. Well, for those of you at home, half our council is in Washington, D.C. right now at the National League of Cities. Hopefully you're learning a lot and meeting a lot of new people. For the rest of us at home here, what's the wish of the council?
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Prince, second by Councilmember McGurven that we adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. All right, we're adjourned. Have a good trip.
Apologize, Mr. Mayor.